Hello everyone. Today we're doing LeetCode number 26, which is remove duplicates from sorted array. It says given an integer array nums sorted in non-decreasing order, remove the duplicates in place such that each unique element appears only once. The relative order of the elements should be kept the same. Then return the number of unique elements in nums. Consider the number of unique element nums to be k. To get accepted, you need to do the following things. Change the array nums so that the first k elements of the nums contain the unique elements in the order they were presented in nums initially. The remaining elements of nums are not important as well as the size of nums. Return k. So the judge will test your solution in the following code. So it calls your implementation here in k. It's going to have the length here, and then it's going to do a for loop. And then it's going to go through the numbers and check them. So input nums 1 in an array of 1, 1, 2. Output, so 2 unique numbers, nums 1, 2. Your function should return k equals 2, with the first two elements of nums being 1 and 2 respectively. It does not matter what you leave beyond the return k, hence they are underscores. Alright, we have this right here. And you're going to get at least one number. Nums is sorted in non-decreasing order. Okay, so let's kind of go over this here. We're going to, let's copy this one. This is how we can solve it. We can check the first two numbers and compare them and see if they're equal. If they aren't, well, in this case they are. So then we'll just go to the next one from here. We'll move up one. We'll check these two. If they aren't equal, then we'll set the first one to the first number here. Like the first time was checked from the 2. So that one will be 0. And then we'll have another keeping track, so then I'll move to this one here. And I'll stay here in place. And I'll compare these two. And if they're equal, then I'll go to the next two. And if these are equal, it's going to compare these two. And if they aren't equal, then that means we're going to use the left number, and that's going to be changed to 1. And then we'll move the index over here, and then it'll be right here. So then well, these are getting compared now. These will be compared, and then since these are equal, it'll be the next two, and now we'll have 2 and 3. So since index was placed over here, this will change to a 2. We'll be using the left one, and it'll go so on, and I think it'll look better once we put this together. You'll see what I mean. So we'll start it at 0. This is going to keep track, and then we're going to do a for loop here with the length of the array. And then this can be the estimate where it's going to check the numbers. So we can have nums I as long as it doesn't equal nums I plus 1, so the one, so I'll be checking the first one and then I'll compare it with the second one. And then nums current, which is 0 here, nums I, so this is where it's going to change. Well, nums I right here is the first one, so, or when it enters it, it's going to be comparing these two right here. So it's going to be using the 0, and it's going to, the current, which is at 0, starting at 0, is going to be 0, which is already 0 currently. Okay, well, I'll explain it in a bit. We'll go through it completely, so it makes more sense. And then current will keep increasing, so it can change the numbers on the array. and then we can return current here, which is supposed to give us how many times they increase basically. Well, we'll see like 5 or 2 here. Okay, so let's do this. Let's spread this out a little. Watch this. So current will be, we'll just call it current here. It'll be here. We'll have current equals 0 and I equals 0. So this is where I is at. So when we start, it'll be comparing I with I plus 1. So this is I plus 1 right here. And we see that they're equal. So we don't enter the if statement. We continue to the next one. And then from here, you'll see that now I equals 1. So that means we move to the next one. So be comparing nums 1 here, so which is right here, comparing with this one. We see they're not equal. So that means nums I, which is 0, current it's 0. So this is 0, which is already 0. And then we increase current. So then this moves up. And now we go again to the for loop. It goes plus 2. So then we go over here, and then this equals, now this equals the second index. And we compare the first two. And then we'll see right here that they're equal. So we don't enter the for loop, we keep going. So then we increase this. And then that equals 3. And then we compare these two now. See, I plus 1, we see that they're equal, so we don't enter the if statement, we continue in the for loop. And then this equals 4. So then this moves up here, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we compare the index 4 to I plus 1. So 4 plus 1 is 5. And these aren't equal, so then we enter the if statement. So we're going to use nums I, which is 1, and this is going to be 1. And then current goes up, and then we increase the for loop again. So now we go to 5 here, and then this goes to 5, and we compare index 5 here with index 6, and we see that they're equal. So we don't enter their statement, we increase that 6. Okay, and now index 6, and we compare it with index 7. They're not equal. You can see that there. So then we enter the if statement, and then we use the 2, and that equals current equals 2. So that nums current equals 2, so then that becomes 2. So we have 1, 0, 1, 2, and then we increase it. So then we go to the next one. And then right here now, we exit the if statement, now increase the I. Now we compare nums 7 and 8, which are equal, so we don't enter the if statement. Then we go to the next one. We compare these two. Yeah, this is 8 now. We compare these two. We see that they're not equal, so that means we enter the if statement, and we turn 3 into current equals 3. Well, current equals 3. And then we increase the current, and then we increase the I. Now, then we exit the if statement and we increase the I. We see that this turns to 9, and then so I equals index 9 on the array. We compare that to 10. There's no 10, so it's not equal. So then we enter the if statement, and then we turn 4. Current equals 4. So then this equals 4, and now we exit this statement. Now there's nothing left on the array. We went through the array, so then we exit the for loop and we return the current. And let's check it out and see if this is right. Okay, perfect. And perfect. There we go.